Howdy everybody, beau-hindman here with another quick 10-minute toy review. This time I'm going to be covering the Ogre GNX mobile suit from Build Divers, the latest cartoon series from Bandai and all the Gunpla people over there. This is, in case you don't know from other videos or in case you just don't know in general, basically a Saturday morning cartoon. Let's think of it like that. This particular series, which is pretty much chapter 3 or the third one of this kind of build series, is like a Saturday morning cartoon, but instead of just checking out the characters and everything, you actually can buy the toy kits, the model kits, and buy them and customize them and do all that cool stuff. Excuse me, it's a very inexpensive hobby to go through if you have a child or if you just are interested in giant robots yourself, or in this case, robots based in an MMO that are based on actual physical robots in a cartoon, if that makes sense. Then pick these up. This one here, I believe, was $20, if I'm not mistaken. So you can get them anywhere from $15 to $20, just depends. And just so you know, Ogre is this guy right here in the MMO. He looks like that. Of course, he doesn't look like that in real life. They are allowed to customize their avatar. And now the new instructions actually come with English as well. Really a kind of a cool character. At first, you kind of hate him because he's kind of annoying in a way. He's just always wanting to fight people. But you really respect what he ends up doing and respecting that he has this kind of pure devotion to battling these robots, which is really fun. It's more of a kid-friendly series, definitely more than the original pair. There's no real, sexy young women running around in bikini. They don't do that silly stuff as much. Everybody's treated equally. There's even a trans character. There's talk of disabled players. It's a wonderful series. But this is the one I built today, or this weekend, I should say. Wanted to do a quick review of it. It is fiddly as hell in a lot of ways, and I'll go over that. But overall, I really enjoyed the kit. One thing that I have to say is that the plastic of this particular kit, I don't know what it was. I thought it was my maybe my X-Acto blades or something. I kept switching them out with new ones, and that wasn't it. But what was happening, I was getting nub marks on my plastic, and I'll show you. If you don't know what a nub mark is, if you're a modeler, you already know. But you see that little spot right about there. It basically, when you cut these pieces away from a runner, which is here, I can show you on this. What? Almost fell. I can show you on this tank kit I'm working on. For example, when you cut pieces away from that runner there, it can often leave extra pieces of plastic, and if you don't do it correctly, you're going to get some white on the plastic, like I did on these different parts here. And it happens so much. I was like, I'm not new. I can do these things without getting nub marks that bad, which is what they're called. What is going on? I could not tell. It here in the shoulder here, you can see in the reflection. Let's see if I can get it even closer here for you. There is, I don't think I can, I can manually adjust it, but I'll do that later. There is markings, kind of rough spots where I had some issues with it, scratching and stuff like that. So it's a really kind of fiddly kit when you're snapping it apart and when you're placing it together. Some of the parts don't hold on that great, which is a little disappointing because otherwise I really love this kit. It's a really fun, bulky, goofy looking kit. It's based off a kit from another cartoon series, and yes, I'm going to call them cartoons, sorry, called Age. See, look at that part just came right off. Ah! I mean, it's honestly, I'm going to end up panel lining these and flat coating them and doing some stuff to them so the parts will fit together much tighter. So, but if you're not doing that, all I've added to this was the one sticker. I haven't added any stickers anywhere else. Maybe on his eyes underneath there. I don't know if you could even see that. And there's little tiny eyes in there. But so I haven't even added all the stickers because I end up painting a lot of them or just kind of customize them. So I leave the stickers off, till the end. But he has these cool, kind of effects parts that you'll end up having to probably glue in. I regret that I just pulled that out of his socket right now. Oh my God, I'm never going to get it back there. Ugh. Oh my God. Oh. See how? So this is the fiddly part. Once you get it together, I think once you really kind of, you're probably going to want to, glue those in. But like a lot of things with the Gunpla kit, you don't necessarily want to glue them together until you're ready to customize it, if that's what you're going to do. But let's go over some of the cool gimmicks. There's some design in this one that is just ridiculously cool. It's got the bland old regular, fist on one side there. On the right fist, you have an expressive hand there. There's your head with some rotation. The rotation on the head is actually really good. The problem is that you, as usual, you've got this collar thing in the back, and it's not going to let him look up much. But let's be honest, most people are going to be posing their Gundam in kind of a backwards flip looking thing. I don't know why they do that so much. I always pose mine in dance poses, like he's real sassy, like this. I try to always do a dance pose if I can. But so let's go ahead and take off the swords for now too, because those are just flopping around back there. And the only reason I can really recommend this kit is because of the character in the series. But I could only also recommend it if you're going to paint it somehow, because a lot of these parts are just kind of goofy. But so neat though. Look, let's just look at the leg. And this is what I love about Gunpla design is you've got your standard foot, but all these little parts move to accommodate movement of the foot. This shield part back here does not, but if you look under the shield part, you've got these wonderful, oops, get that out of the way. You got these wonderful, boosters there, so it has a reason to be there. You have nice detail on the foot, you're going to be able to fill that in. But as it moves, as it bends, you've got this really cool, this back flap here that will actually rotate all the way up to accommodate the knee, yet it still protects the back of the leg. So it reads like a suit that was built by somebody who really, really fights a lot, and who really has taken some notes on what to do. It's protected from the top, from the bottom, from the sides. It's a little chunky, but not so chunky that it doesn't feel quote unquote realistic. The legs won't necessarily go together because of that, but they do a wide stance, which is what he's going to want to do anyway in this kit. Or in this suit in the game. The rotation on the feet is not that great as far as side to side, but it does some pretty good. But so far, I've only really placed him in some flying poses because he is a little fiddly. But like I said, fantastic movement like that wins me over these kits every time. When the leg is just standing there straight, it looks nice and solid. But if it needs to bend, it accommodates itself. I just love that. And if you look at the knee, that one, see, there's another nub mark there I'm getting right there. Really easy to get. Now this, on the inner frame kind of parts, which is what you'd call like the mechanics underneath, it's not as bad, but I can clear that up, no problem. But it's got these really big chunky back areas. It's got this nice little funnel thing from a whatchamacallit kit. These come from the Age kit. You also have these wicked looking front of the arms here that have these ports that you actually can plug in more of these little effects parts. And it provides them all with you. I'm not going to do it. It's so fiddly, though. So you're just going to have to decide what you want to do, though. Put it in there and just kind of keep a hold of it for a while, or pose it really well. I'm going to eventually glue this sucker together in a lot of ways. Not the posability, but in a lot of the the really key parts. He has this huge this crotch thing, but it reads almost like a ship, like the front of a ship, doesn't it? Like it would transform. And I'll go ahead and take off the little front part here. You can see that under there is just, they love to do this. Put like a basic foil sticker in a clear part like that, and then through the clear part, which is also a purplish color, it gives it this cool, really cool little look. Let me see if I can get closer because I want to show you another issue I had with, you can't quite see it, but on that side right there where the reflection is, the sticker did not go in as evenly as I would have liked. What I tend to do is I place the stickers very carefully, and then I rub them down with a Q-tip to get them in all the creases and stuff, and that usually works. But this time it kind of got a little fiddly. So other than that, as you can see he doesn't have the greatest range on his arms, but what's cool about him is he doesn't necessarily need it. He's not a kicker and a ninja guy. He's got a giant weapon, and he's going to kill you with it. There is a new version of this suit in the series that will come out, I believe, where he basically redoes his suit, or I guess he does a new version of it. I'm not super up on the lore, sorry about that. I don't know all the suits by name. And he's got this magnificently huge flame weapon that basically is like a Darth Maul double-bladed lightsaber. Of course, he has these absolutely ridiculous weapons, which is his calling card in the game. What's cool about him is you can put them together like, I forget how to do it, but it's basically like that. And then he has a double-bladed thing. Look at it. He's reflected in the little blade there. Be careful on these. Again, you're going to get, you can really get, let me see if I can get an example of it. It's going to be hard to see on the camera, but on those edges of the knife blade, sometimes you get it's really easy to get just a little bit of a nub mark. You can cut it way far back and trim it back, but just be careful with that. So other than the fiddliness, fantastic kit. It's going to look amazing, but I would suggest buying it, posing it, and leaving it the hell alone. That's the Ogre GNX mobile suit from Gundam Build Divers. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.